Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's the leader of the Cosmic Armada, wolph Nara, back to bring you another Boruto discussion type video. And today we're going to be talking about the return of the Boruto manga, but in regards to Sarada Uchiha, which is fire. I definitely love the fact that she sports the Uchiha earring. Everything else about her design, I don't really care about. Her design's always been like whatever to me. But one thing I definitely want to talk about is her abilities, because we know with the entirety of Team 7, they really lack chakra control. So they don't really know how to manage their chakra well with the way that Sarada takes after Tsunade fighting style. She has to have great chakra control because it takes a ton of chakra to make her strength explosive like that. But so she has to learn how to regulate it to the point where she doesn't really lose too much unnecessary chakra. And also the Sharingan drains a lot of chakra as well. So if you don't have great chakra control with the Sharingan, you won't necessarily be able to utilize it for a long time. We see throughout the manga and it's also shown countless times throughout the anime as well that with the lack of chakra control, she can only really do so much. So I would love to see her have amazing chakra control. One thing I would love to see her improve on is if she can put like lightning around her fist, kind of like having a similar shock effect. Not necessarily, the similar shock effect to Chidori, but she doesn't need the tunnel vision. That way she can actually have Tsunade's fighting capability and may be able to boost herself with the lightning or increase or add extra damage to the person, like a paralysis effect maybe, or just a shock effect basically to the person. That'd be fire. Just through her fist, that'd be one way to up Tsunade's style. I noticed she doesn't have the Byakugo seal, so it makes sense that she doesn't have it, because I think it's a 2-year or 2.5 year time skip between Boruto when he's a child and when he comes back. And I know it took 3 years for Sakura to amass the chakra for her to actually be able to create the Byakugo seals, because it was around Naruto's birthday. So it was about 2.5, 3 years for her to actually form the seal. So with great chakra control, she could possibly get the seal to heal the bleeding from the Mangekyou. Another thing, she is proficient at medical ninjutsu. We see her actually learn it in the anime, but also use it in the manga as well. So I hope she can be more proficient at that. Maybe she gets Katsuya slug, because you know once you get the Byakugo seal, you pretty much get the Katsuya slug. Maybe she gets that. But one thing I want to talk about the most, I want to see if she has copied any new jutsu first and foremost with her base 3 Tomori Sharingan, because when she was learning Chidori, Sasuke told her that you have to actually, it'd be best if you manage and master each level of the Sharingan versus just going to each step trying to get the most power as quickly as possible. So that way you can actually have mastery over your Kekkei Genkai. And so I hope she's able to copy a lot more jutsu. She bring out some jutsu we haven't seen. We know she copied Lightning Ball and some other jutsus from maybe anime only, but the anime is canon. Stop this madness. The anime is canon, man. Go watch the anime. I'm enjoying it. Go watch the anime, man. But I want to see her be able to copy, well, not necessarily copy, but see what else she's copied, or be able to also copy other than jutsu without actually having to always use the Mangekyou. If she doesn't have the Byakugo seal, because that'd be like a perfect in-game power for her if she gets the Byakugo seal and just using MS ability, eyes bleeding, and it's just constantly hitting. That'd be like a perfect pattern I can imagine for Sarada. But let's get into her Mangekyou abilities. I want her to get Susanoo, because you know Susanoo's given with the double Mangekyou, but I don't want her to take the aggressive route with the Mangekyou Sharingan. I'd rather her take the illusionary route. I'd rather her be proficient at Genjutsu rather than being proficient with like Amaterasu. Because the reason I said it is because her grandfather is proficient at Genjutsu Fugaku. Her uncle's proficient, which is Itachi. Her mother is a Genjutsu prodigy, although she took the harder route and went toward the medical Genjutsu. The Taijutsu range, she's actually a Genjutsu prodigy. So if it skips Sasuke as a generation, and then, you know what I'm saying, she becomes Genjutsu person for the team, because I think the team definitely has pretty much everything down. I feel personally, if you want a video on it, I can go into depth about the teamwork of the new Team 7. I feel like they have way better teamwork than the old Team 7. I want her to be proficient at Genjutsu because we don't really understand how the Genjutsu come about in regards to its creation. What chakra is, how much chakra is used or necessary for it. What do you need to envision to form the Genjutsu? How does it vary between Genjutsu to Genjutsu? We know how to break Genjutsu, so we kind of know the bare minimum about it, but I would love to get more in depth about Genjutsu because Itachi's a Genjutsu master. However, Itachi is not one of the main characters in regards to Naruto, so we don't necessarily need to see him train. Sasuke, he is the end goal, so we don't always get to see him. He barely used it. We see people who's not integral in regards to battle situation use it, so it's not necessarily needed to be explained because it's more of a shock factor, or we know what's going on factor. But to learn more about it, that kind of completes the ninjutsu, genjutsu, taijutsu thing. Kakashi goes into it a little bit, but he doesn't necessarily go into it to the point where we get a full understanding of the illusionary capabilities of the genjutsu, besides the infinite Tsukuyomi, which is like the highest tier you can possibly go. So the way that Sarada Mangekyou, which was watching Boruto lose everything, so essentially watching Kawaki gain Boruto life, Boruto lost his life, thus gave her the power to be able to lose that friend and be that emotionally unstable to awaken it. I would love to have her get like a infinite Tsukuyomi on a smaller scale, not necessarily like an infinite one, but like a temporary one. You feel me? Where she can bring the happiness to someone and it makes them docile, makes them unable to fight. However, it doesn't last for a very long time. You feel me? So she can still activate the Genjutsu, still be effective, and she can be proficient at Taijutsu and Ninjutsu, great chakra control, and that'll make her that'll give her the perfect stuff that she needed. If for her Susanoo, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I want her to drop some meteors, bro. We need to see her drop a meteor. But what'd be crazy is if she just does a mass Genjutsu on a ton of people through the eyes of a Susanoo. And they imagine like stuff falling from the sky or their village being blown up, and then they just lose their will to fight because there's nothing left for them to gain. So just giving them the ultimate despair through Genjutsu. We haven't seen that through Naruto, and that'd be fire. But with the Byakugo seal, let's go to the Sharingan, the EMS thing. If she gets the EMS and she gets the perfect Susanoo, that'd be perfect. If I can get her to have any weapons, I think she should get Shuriken EMS type of weapon. And the reason I say a Shuriken, more like a Demon Wind Shuriken, I should say. And the reason I say Demon Wind Shuriken is because the entire time with Boruto, she's been trying her best to master the Shuriken Jutsu. I think I'm about 218, 219 episodes in, but she's been trying her best to master the Shuriken Jutsu. So she doesn't really use too many jutsu, like too many weaponry outside of Shuriken and Kunai. But if she were to get like two Demon Wind Shurikens, she kind of uses them to bounce off each other, or they kind of have like some sort of like magnetism effect, or kind of like a Shinji effect where you think they're going one way, but they're actually going the opposite way, but they attract to one another. It is also similar to how Shin Mangekyo Sharingan work, where he was attracting metal, but they only attract to each other. That'd be fire. It gives you something familiar like with Kakashi with his EMS, but it also gives you the thing that she's kind of put the most of her time, more than she do it more than anything else, is her Shuriken Jutsu, because she tried various different ways of training to master that. So that'll probably be like the best weapon for her in my opinion. But in regards to the Byakugo seal, I want her to get Lady Katsuya. That'd be fire. The design will be fire. But I want her to be able to excel on the formula itself, because all the Byakugo seal is just a seal you amass in chakra, and then you release all that chakra at once. But what if she upgrades the Byakugo seal to a point where the same chakra that you're using, it automatically gets refurbished back into the seal itself, Just like how Minato upgraded from Tobirama's flying Raja, even though Tobirama's the originator, Minato used Uzumaki Jutsu to upgrade his flying Raja. I would love to see something innovative with that. But anyway, let me know what your guys' thoughts is below. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy Wolf Nara. I'm out.